Yo, hello guys, and the topic of this video would be rules are made for you to break them, type of shit like that, right? And what I would like to say in this video is that basically don't go about stuff in a way that is put forward. That in different type of areas of your life, in different type of areas like of, let's say, how to get a job, how to do this and that and third. You have some type of not rules but like the way how you go about it, right? So for example, let's say for you, not for you, but like basically it would be normal for like maybe the parents and grandparents before to, or now even, like for a person to go to like kindergarten, then to school, then to university, then to find a job, then to get a family, then to build a, first to build a house, then to find a family, to make a family, find a family, who knows, and then like and so on and so on, right? So you have like this specific type of rules that kind of the society, depending on which area are you looking at right now. So for example, it could be a society, it could be some other shit, the one who made that certain area and he made rules on top of it for you to follow as soon as you get into that area. So for example, it could be music, it could be the way you put stuff together, the way you build houses, the way you do different shit. So basically, like, yeah, you have rules and shit like that, right? And I'm not saying it's normal, but I guess it's normal for you to follow them. It's used for people, it's common for people to follow them, right? And shit like that. And what I'm trying to get with my point is that it's not always, it's not always okay to follow it, to follow the rules, but sometimes you can ignore the rules, and that ignoring the rules will make a situation way more beneficial to you than, I would say, it would be if you would follow the rule in that area. So, for example, a good example would be, as for example, I would take myself. I haven't maybe done it, but I would. It's a good example. That you, let's say, um, you're trying to get. Let's say you're trying to buy something, right? You're trying to buy something. I don't know. Let's say you want to rent a Airbnb flat, right? And you're going on this Airbnb flight, and usually, let's say, the rules of that is that you go on the app, you find the flat, you rent the flat, then you pay money for like the rent itself, then you pay for the cleaning, then you pay for this, that, and third, and shit like that. And that's the rule of like how you participate in that area, right? But I heard also stories where you can ride, let's say, going against the rules, where you ride the flat renter, the flat owner, the one who gives the flat for rent, and you write him directly, and you tell him like, yeah, can we go around this thingy and just do the business like one on one, like, I'll rent a flat, but I'll clean the flat myself, and you don't have to clean it before as I arrive because I will not be there. I will just sleep there and stuff like that, and then you'll pay less money, right? So this like one of the examples how the exception or like you going against the rules will can be more beneficial for you than you following the rules and shit like that, right? And what I would also want to say, it also goes like towards people and stuff like that, right? So for example, when you want to talk to somebody, when you have an idea and you want to present it, maybe there would be different type of ways how you commonly would present it, like in the way you would, I don't know, or like your CV, like you have an idea yourself as an idea, aka your CV too, and you're in a way how it is commonly done, you're sending it out and everywhere and stuff like that. But you could also just go to the firma that you want to work in, and you're like pulling up and you're like, okay, I can do this and this, but what do you actually want? And like I can be more and then you're talking with the boss and stuff, or the manager, or the HR, or how you call them, I think HR, right? The one who hires people and stuff like that, or like a manager, doesn't matter. And you're talking to them, and you're like, yeah, in your kind of CV thing, not in the CV, but like in the job search thing, it says that you need this, and this, but I only have this. But on the other hand, I can do this, and like due to that, I can be way more beneficial to you, even though I don't have those points that you maybe require and stuff like that. You know, everything takes the talk. And you can just like communicate that thingy out, and maybe you'll be the one to uh, actually take the job and be the one who will work there, even though you don't have as much stuff in your CV as the other people who applied for that job do have, you know, and stuff like that. And what I want to say, yeah, I want to say that to be honest, like all of this stuff, you going against the rules to some degree is like, okay, you have a rule, right? You have a certain specific manner for you to go about stuff. But when you're breaking the rules, you broke, like I said, there is a building, you broke that building, which is named rules and stuff like that, right? You break those rules, they fall down, and now you have to create something on top of that. And here you apply the part of like creation, which is like natural to the environment that we live in. Creation, you know, you have death, which is a part of creation, because you have a death and then you have a rebirth from it, so it's like a cycle movement. And here, when you go around the rules and you just like break the rules, then you have to create, you actually build, you actually create stuff. And that's why due to the fact, or I forgot what I want to say, and that's why you due to the fact due to the fact that you can low-key create stuff, you, because you like, especially if you create something new, right? And when you go around the rules, you actually have to create, and depending on how deep are you in tune to yourself, because individuality also plays a big role in this whole part of creation, due to the fact that you have different people, right? If everybody would be the same, there would not be as much of different stuff around. And everybody has his own journey, has his own experiences, has his own wisdom, has his own mentalities, has his own emotional states, has his own culture and stuff like that. And all this mixture of different aspects and features and stuff like that make a certain kind of aspect. And when you, well, let's say a certain aspect, and when you use that aspect, because due to the fact that you are the only one who has that aspect, right? You may have the same experiences as your friend, but you came from a different family, right? You may have the same family with your brother and sister, but you are a different gender, or you are a different zodiac sign, or you are just into different stuff. And even though you may create like some parts of your and your brother's or your sister's creations may be similar, may have similar features, they still will differ from each other due to the fact that your own unique like individuality, right? That is nowhere around here, and it's like you is you, and you're the only one who is you, stuff like that, you know. And that's why if you'll create stuff from your you, it will be something that is not out there yet, you know. You can look at it like from different type of layers, because it will have like layers. Okay, you can make a song and everybody does song, but you'll have this specific song which will be unique from all the other ones, right? But that's only, I guess, when you use your your true you know, because you can also do rap, right? You can also rap the same way as, like, for example, the other rappers, where you say about, where you talk about bitches, where you talk about gangs, where you talk about guns, weed, and love, money, sex, drugs, and shit like that, selling dope. But if you're doing from your individual state, it will differentiate from all the others, right? So for example, you will have Tupac and Biggie. they're low-key, they're maybe rapping about similar thematics, but they are different individuals, and they came in with their own individuality. That's why they are so big, because they created something new in something that already existed, right? And from you creating something new, you put some new type of life into the world, and you just like expand the world more and more and more, right? And that's like basically the whole thinking of cycles. So for example, you do something, you gain wisdom from it, now you do it again, but you do it with more wisdom, right? As I mentioned it in my, I guess, Four Seasons kind of video, like some similar thematics, right? And yeah, so when you're using your you're creating something new, and when you're creating something new, it kind of is more it gets more, you can say, attention. It gets more life in it, just the fact that it's something new, right? And it just expands the world. And here, how in here that and that's why here you will get that job in comparison to all the others who went by the rules, right? Because as I said before, you break the rules, and now you have to create something. And when you're creating something from you, it's something new. And I'm going on over and over again, but you're creating something new, and yeah, here you brought something new to this world. You brought some new type of way how you can go about stuff, right? But you can here you could do that. Yeah, but it's still like, even like the person in another country can do the same stuff as you did, but you did it in your own kind of way, as that in comparison to that person. He may achieve the same thing that you will achieve here, but it's not that he brought the same thingy and you brought the same thingy here. Even though they look the same, they still are kind of different, because the way how you came about it is also different, and stuff like that. And the background that pushed it is also kind of different, because he lives in India and you live in USA and stuff like that, right? Even though you got the same job in the same office, in the same firma, in the same way how you went about it is also like if identical, right? So yeah, and also going back to creation, that's low-key so creation is basically also art, because when you create, like as a musician, when you create music or you create art, and you just like go based on the flow, just like, let's say you have some type of mood and you create the music from that mood, or you have just a white surface and you just like, yeah, let me just draw lines and add something to it and stuff like that. That's also like creation. So basically, my bad that I'm here and there and stuff like that, because I have like people walking behind me and me like being like, what do they think and stuff like that. It's actually not important, but yeah, this kind of little thingies make me jump here and there and there and there, and I cannot actually focus. And even now, as I'm speaking, I'm hella loud. I don't know why, but for me, it's like I think the whole flat can hear me though. But yeah, so yeah, basically the concept of this video is that not always you have to follow the rules. Even like in music, you have like different type of vocals, tones and shit like that, right? You have different, in drawing you have different types of how to draw a house, how to draw a horizon, how to draw a tree and stuff like that. But like when you're gonna do it in the way that you feel like you want to do it, then it may be more popular. It may receive more attention. To your creation may receive more attention than some other, even though if he is a professional, he may receive less attention for his work, just the fact that you brought something new here. You went based on your and you created something completely new to this world, which made the world kind of more broader. Now somebody else who will just like look around and he will see your painting, or he will see your drawing, he'll be like, oh damn. And from that creation he will get some new creations, and that's how like creations will build new creations. Now you have birth and rebirth, and now you have the role kind of expanding and getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, right? So for example, let's say somebody made the song, right, based on his you and his own individuality that he put into that work. Now you're just walking around and you're like, okay, let me listen to this no-name artist. You're listening to his song and you're getting some, and you're also an artist, let's say, right? And you're getting some ideas like, oh, damn, okay, there's something like I've never heard before, blah, 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 blah. Or like there's like some words and stuff like that that will may trigger you and make you feel some type of way, and that will create some type of image in your head, and that image will bring ideas, and that ideas will bring actions, and now you'll end up doing some type of work which was not sponsored, but which was influenced, which was influenced by that work by of the unknown artist, right? And here you're kind of going on this rail, on this street, on this same road of new creation. So from one creation which was new, you are creating something also new, and it just like expands more and more, and somebody else will create something based on your work because he'll get inspiration and stuff like that. So basically, like, you're also adding part of you due to the fact that you got something, right? Let's say you got that no names guy's song, you heard to it, and all these vibrations that was in that song, you're adding your individual self to it, right? Like for example, let's say you're listening to a song, but you're the one who draws, who paints. Now you are like, oh, I'm getting all these feelings from the song, it's a very nice song and stuff like that. I want to draw this picture, right? But you're listening to the song when you're drawing this picture because the song makes you feel some type of way, and based on this feeling, you're creating something. Here, you're adding your you. But if you would go by the rules and stuff like that, you're also adding, even like when you're using rules, when you're going about something that has rules and you're going there by those rules, and you're going by those rules in your own unique way, it still may be more beneficial than somebody else just doing it because the rules say so. You know, for example, I don't know, the same song making, right? You can do, as it's like you can do a verse, you can do a hook, and then you have another verse, then you have another hook, right? So let's say there's the blueprint for a 2 minute, 3 minute song and stuff like that. But here, even though you're going by the rules, the same rules where you do a first verse, then you do a hook, then you do a second verse, then you do a hook again, but you're adding your own unique self, your own individuality, your own you. This first verse will be a banger, this hook will be a banger, this second verse will be a banger, and this like hook will be a banger because you're going about it in your own way. You know, that's how you that's more about individuality, which I'll also do a video about because I wanted to do about your unique self and how important it is for you to be your you know. And the more you is, the more benefits you'll get from this world, Loki. So yeah, so that's you going about, as I said before, that's you going about the rules with your own you, but also about the creations that your own you when you add. I think that's it. That's basically it. I don't think there's something else to say. I wanted to say something about art that, oh yeah, I think maybe artists do get it, because for example, for artists, you know, that create something, they, for example, because I remember my first time when I heard a beat, not I heard a beat, but my like first times when I was recording, I understood that Loki can do anything on this beat. I even have in one of my songs, like old songs, I forgot the name, where I'm saying like, I can do anything on this beat, I'm the motherfucking god or something like that, right? As a background voice or something. Which actually at that point I understood that actually you have like a wide painting and you can add anything to it. You don't have to go by the rules. You can like make a half verse and then just go the second half of the verse like and then you have a hook. Then you have a second verse starting where you just go a half of that verse like and then you do another verse, and then you have a hook again. So even that little thing, that as an example right now showed you, it also would be a banger, I guess, because nobody did it before, you know. Maybe somebody did it, but it's not so commonly done, and the person would listen to it, he would be like, damn, like what the fuck, let me listen to it again because I've never heard this shit before, and it's like hella nice, something new. Even though also like a big part, I guess, plays when you're being exposed to something new, you know. When you're being exposed to something new, you get new ideas from that. That's also another video now, that I think also I told some people, and I also saw it myself, you know, when, for example, try to go, I can continue maybe, try to go like, for example, let's say you're going to school, right, and then you're going home, and you're going there by feet or something, and you're going there every day the same way, and you're going back every day the same way back, you know. So you most of the time see the same stores, most of the time you see the same buildings, most of the times you see the same signs, most of the times you even know how long it will take for the green light to turn red or for the red light to turn green, due to the fact that you saw this light transition so goddamn much that you already know how it's gonna work, right? So you here are not, low-key, you're not being exposed to some new things, right? So you're just going here and there, and you may get the same ideas, like, oh yeah, like for example, let's say you're very hungry and you're passing like a McDonald's shop, right? Like when you go home and you're like, oh shit, I would eat here. And then you're going the next day there and you're like, oh, I remember I was thinking about when I was here yesterday, I was thinking about like I would eat here and stuff like that, right? So like basically you're seeing the same stuff and you low-key get the same ideas. But when you're being exposed to something new, you get new ideas from it. So for example, you can try to, let's say you have this usual road that you always walk on home, try to use some other one, you know, try to use some other one, don't use like GPS or something, just like turn right at one moment and just go straight, and then I think you'll figure out, my bad, I think you'll I think you'll figure out how to get home and stuff like that. But you'll get new ideas, you'll see new stores, you'll see new images, you'll see new billboards, you'll see new cars, you'll see new flats, you'll see new buildings, you'll see new street signs, you'll see new routine of transitions of the traffic lights and stuff like that, like from red to green and from green to red and stuff like that. And you will get new ideas, and maybe you'll walk on that street one day, and you will get a new idea for a song that you could never actually do because you were always walking on that same street and you were like trying to get inspiration, but you cannot get inspiration because you already saw it all and you already almost got all the inspiration possible that you could have from it, right? But it's like it gets so deep. I don't want you to take the physical part of it, that you will actually go, that you actually will walk on another street, or actually you will walk on the same street and you'll get the same ideas. It's like it also goes deeper. It goes deeper on, like, depending on the emotion that you went out with, the mindset that you went out with, right? Because those are all different lenses, and each time, say yesterday you went on the same road being happy, but this time you went on the road being sad. So of course you'll, even though you saw the same buildings as those, like as yesterday and today, you will get new ideas from it, due to the fact that yesterday you were happy when you walked by, so you saw like a ice cream store, people eating ice cream, you're like, oh yeah, people eating ice cream, that's nice, like you have a family bonding together and stuff like that, people having like family times, dates, and stuff like that, right? um and on the next day you went on that street being sad and stuff like that, now you're like, oh yeah, I don't have a girlfriend, I need to find a girlfriend, or like family, blah blah blah, I wish my family would be like that, therefore I have to be a good father and stuff like that. You see, you have different ideas from that. So try to expose yourself to more creations, right? Try to expose yourself to more creations for you to broad up, to make your space, to make your own self, your individual thingy more broader, right? And that's how you get more smarter, blah blah blah, more inspired, and you just grow. You just evolve. So like evolution, right? Life. You're part of life right now. So yeah. So I think that's basically it. And I wish you have a good playtime, or I know, good investigations. What the fuck? Good journey. Good journey. And have fun. My bad for all this, like, I'm doing my best. I'm doing my best. Much love.